Okay, so we got two things we got to go off first. Again, I'm going to be giving my overall thoughts on this first segment. There's going to be a break, then a big spoiler segment where I talk about pretty much the whole movie. Then another break, we'll talk about trailers, like I've been doing for most of the last few reviews. Also, I'd like to apologize if I am very gruff or coughy during this review, if there's a lot of cuts for it. The smoke in the air is just getting to me. It's thankfully rained, so maybe it won't be so bad now, but I don't know how. But again, it's probably going to be like this for the next few videos. Okay? Okay. So, my overall thoughts on Transformers Rise of the Beasts, I'm going to be giving it a B. Overall, this is a very fun movie. There's some really good character interactions. The story is very straightforward. Makes a lot of sense. I think the Maximals are utilized well. Let me rephrase that. The Autobots come across pretty well. Optimus Prime has a very unique story arc. If there's any real complaints, it's kind of the ending. Without spoiling anything, I feel like it drags on a bit. Like we're falling back to the era between Dark of the Moon to Last Night, where we just have these gigantic extended battle sequences that go on and on and on and on when they don't really need to. Like, just show most of the battle. If you truncate this down just a little bit, it would be a lot more entertaining. And then added to that, there's kind of a end credits stinger joke that I don't think worked as well as they wanted it to. Again, like they're trying to set something up. Again, I'm trying not to spoil it, but they're trying to set something up that maybe again, given the track record that's been happening, I don't think it's such a good idea. So yeah, but still, overall, this is fun. If you like your Transformers, you're gonna like this. That's why it gets a B.
In the world of the Transformers, nothing is what it seems. Meet the Constructicons, 6 evil robots that transform into one mechanical giant.
Transformers, more than meets the eye. The Transformers, robots in disguise.
It's Devastator, 6 Constructicons and 1.
Each sold separately.
Devastator's attacking.
The Transformers sold separately from Hasbro.
It's a working microscope.
But it's really a robot.
What a great tank.
And a plane. And a robot.
These are the Transformers, one of the fastest selling toys in America. If you want one for your kids this Christmas, go now while stores have a good selection.
The Transformers, more than meets the eye. The Transformers.
Folks, these robots are hot. Get them by Thanksgiving weekend so you can give them at Christmas. Transformers from Hasbro.
Okay, again, we're in the spoiler section, so go to this point if you want to avoid it all. So, like I said, I'm going to be talking about the whole movie, so you've been warned. Okay? Alright, so, basically Transformers Rise of the Beasts, we see, very early on, we see Unicron attacking the home planet of the Maximals. Their leader, 8-Blank, basically sacrifices himself to get rid of the Maximals so he can get, basically they can escape the planet because they have a device called the Transwarp Key, which can allow for basically travel all across the galaxy in an instantaneous notice. Unicron desires this, and so he can travel easier without having to expend so much energy. It will enable him to absorb planets a lot easier. And Unicron has some lieutenants named, the main one is named Scourge. I did not get the names of any of the other lieutenants, so just know that Scourge and his forces are attacking. Like I said, 8-Blank sacrifices himself for Optimus Primal and a few others to, like I said, escape to Earth. We then jump to 1994, where we start following Noah Diaz and his little brother Chris. Noah is a former military man who got discharged because he was concerned too much with his family. His younger, like I said, Chris has some form of sickle cell trait or anemia, and he is constantly sick and in the hospital, and Nate would rather take care of his family than try to work for the greater group of the whole in the military. And unfortunately, this winds up costing him big time, because now whenever he tries to call for a job reference, or a job calls for a reference, he gets, rejected. That's because they investigate his past, basically. Also, because money is drying up, the hospital can no longer take him, can take Chris. He has to go to the ER, but they'll only see him if he's critical. So, yeah, it's not looking good. We also follow Elena Wallace, an intern at the Natural History Museum who, while investigating some stolen merchandise that came in to see how authentic and how much worth it was for the purposes of insurance, they find this statue from, they believe it's Sudan, with the Maximal logo carved on it. It's of AirRazor. She starts investigating it late at night because her boss will not want anything to do with it. And she discovers that it's the transwarp key. This sends out a big signal. As this is happening, Noah is basically reduced to the point that he has to join this crime ring. He is out trying to steal a Porsche, which turns out is none other than Mirage the Autobots. And Optimus Prime has spotted this signal beacon and has realized what it is. It's the transwarp key, and they want to use that to get back to Cybertron. Optimus is still very much distrusting of the humans at this point. You know, even though Bumblebee got along with Haley Steinfeld's character from Bumblebee, obviously, Optimus doesn't really want to do anything on Earth. He wants to go back to Cybertron. But they've been trapped there for 7 years now. And, you know, they need to, and they want to get this key. So Mirage basically, as Noah just manages to get inside, Mirage takes off and starts heading back to the Autobot headquarters to try to figure things out. They engage in a high-speed car chase. Mirage takes a liking to Noah and basically winds up sort of covertly recruiting him into this so that they can hopefully use him to steal the transwarp key. And it's at this point we see the other Autobots, mainly RC, of course Optimus Prime, Bumblebee is there. We get Wheeljack and Stratosphere a little bit later. And so, you know, as this key has been activated, unfortunately, this winds up alerting Scourge and his forces that brings them to Earth. They're trying to get the key. A big fight ensues. Obviously, Elena gets dragged into this as well. And just before the AirRazor of the Maximals can arrive and explain what's going on, Bumblebee is killed. Scourge kills Bumblebee. They still think there might be a chance to save him, but yeah, he's basically dead at this point. However, AirRazor does come to their aid, and it explains after Scourge apparently gets away with the transwarp key that it's really only part of the transwarp key. They split it into two pieces so that it wouldn't be so easily tracked. And Elena, because of her research, is able to track it to Peru. And they figure out that the Terracons, that's what Scourge's group is called, the Terracons, have also figured this out. Unfortunately, now we have kind of a four-pronged war at this point. We have obviously the Autobots who want to use the transwarp key to get back to Cybertron, the Terracons who want to use it to summon Unicron, the Maximals who just kind of want to keep it safe, and the humans who now want to destroy it because basically if you use it, no matter what happens, it will probably destroy the planet. Or it will bring more Terracons at some point, as Noah is pieced together. So that's kind of where the central argument is for this. Along the way, Chris finds out about Mirage because Mirage tailed Noah home, and he can't go to Peru with them, but Noah can come along, and Elena, because she can translate some of these glyphs that she's deciphered. They eventually track down the rest of the Maximals, Rhinox, Cheetor, and of course Optimus Primal, and they are, they're willing to help again because Optimus Primal is named after Optimus Prime, so there's kind of this respect thing. And, however, Noah still isn't fully trusting of it. He does not like Optimus Prime because Optimus Prime is actually a real jerk in this movie. Mirage tries to explain, it's like, look, we've been trapped on this planet for 7 years. we just want to go home. That's our concern. You know, we have loved ones we have not seen. Please try to understand, it's not that we're against you, it's just we're trying to meet our own needs. But, you know, even Optimus Primal talks to Optimus Prime at one point and says, look, you know, I was told that Optimus Prime was this wise and noble leader, but you're really not acting like it. What's going on? And as this happens, they find the other part of the key. However, at one point during another battle, Scourge infected AirRaiser and is mind-controlling her to try to steal the key back. At one point, Noah tries to destroy it. Optimus begs with him, pleads with him, like, listen, I know you want to save your planet, but this isn't the way to do it. You know, we have to be able to get home. And Noah finally relents and tries to let Elena take it, but then AirRaiser makes off with Elena and eventually takes the key back to Scourge. It's then that Optimus Primal is left with no other choice but to kill AirRaiser, as there's not much of the original AirRaiser left. This leads to a massive fight on a volcano. Elena deciphers that they have to use this code in order to shut the key down as Unicron's forces come charging through. So, yeah, we're entering the fray, and this big fight is breaking out, and various Autobots kind of sacrifice themselves. However, in the process, a bed of Energon gets activated, and that heals Bumblebee so that he can rejoin the battle. That begins to tilt things in the Autobots' favor. Mirage gives a Transformer's suit to Noah so that he can help shield Elena long enough to get to this computer to input the code. And this is kind of where it starts to fall apart a little bit. We have one point where Elena is inputting the code, everything's good, and then suddenly, you know, it gets blown up, and it's like, okay, you were celebrating that you had input the code, but then it turns out you hadn't actually input the code. Okay, and so Optimus elects to stay behind, and because he's now realized again that during one point just before the battle, Optimus and Noah have a heart-to-heart, and Optimus admits, like, look, I acknowledge I got selfish and nearsighted. I didn't think to stop and think that you probably didn't want your planet destroyed either. I was always taught that evil will not be conquered until all are one, and so, you know, we have to work together. And it's sort of, you know, Noah's arc in the film as well, which is, you know, it's great that you want to go back and help your family, but when you sign up for the military, you still have duties you have to fulfill. Like, you can't just bounce back home because you want to. Yeah, you can't just desert your post. That's not good. You still have to kind of, you have to work for the greater good when you're in the military as well. So, yeah, not the best. So, yeah, he was also kind of nearsighted and selfish. But, you know, as it looks like Optimus is about to sacrifice himself, Noah and Optimus Primal hold him back as he destroys the key and sucks Scourge and everyone back up into the portal along with Unicron. Unicron is not destroyed, but at least he's going to be in his section of the galaxy for a long time, and they can prepare for the next time they battle him. Mirage is seriously injured, but he gets repaired. That's the mid-credits stinger. Noah fixes him up to make him look more like a beat-up Porsche rather than a slick sports car Porsche that he normally is. But yeah, so he could be a little more undercover. Also, Noah has applied for a new job, and you know, he said, well, you know, your resume's a little thin. Are you sure you got anything? It's like, well, you know, I had this other job that I couldn't put on there because it was very short-term contracted work. It's, oh, really? You know, what's it like in Peru? I was like, I never said I was in Peru. How did you know that? And it's like, well, you know, we're a secret branch of the government. And, you know, we've been monitoring you and your friends for a while, and, you know, we'd like it if we could work with you. However, because of what you've done, we'll even grease the wheel a little bit, and, you know, Chris's medical care is covered. You will not have to worry about bills again. You know, he'll have some of the best doctors looking at him. Well, you know, it's free of charge from here on out. And it's like, well, maybe I'll think about it. And they give him a card. On the back of the card, it says, G.I. Joe. Yeah, because, you know, we have not gotten G.I. Joe off the ground as a franchise at all. And this is the way you want to try to do that now. I'm not entirely sure that would work. Like, I know a lot of people like G.I. Joe Retaliation. I thought it was okay. I thought the first one, The Rise of Cobra, was not as bad as a lot of people said, but I could see where if you were a diehard Joe fan, you weren't going to like it. You know, and then that Snake Eyes prequel no one cared about. So, yeah, it's like, why are you trying to launch a G.I. Joe thing again? Like, I think you might need to just give that one a rest for a while. But, yeah, that's where, again, that's kind of the part where it falls apart. Like I said, the battle drags on way too long. It's the same problem, like I said, Dark of the Moon, Age of Extinction, and Last Night all had, where these battles just go on and on and on. You keep thinking, okay, we're getting to the climax now. We're getting to the climax now, aren't we? Okay, no. Okay, get to the point. Again, it's like there's only... I like watching giant robots battle, but I don't like watching them battle for 45 minutes. So yeah, it's just that. Again, it sticks in my craw. That's why I can't really give it a full recommendation, but like I said, overall it's still a very fun film, and if you're a big Transformers fan, you're going to like it. So that's why I gave it a B.
It's Fortress Maximus,
Fortress Maxima!
the colossal headmaster Autobot City.
Look!
The Terrorcons are attacking! Transform Fortress Maximus!
Master Transformers!
From city to battle station!
Formers format meets the eye!
Terrorcons form above us and destroy Fortress Maximus!
But Fortress Maximus transforms again, this time into a robot so humongous a separate robot becomes its head.
Its power's awesome!
Transformers!
From Hasbro.
Welcome to Burger King. Can I take your...
A Whopper. No cheese, no onions. Extra pickles
sir,
on the
this is
side
a
of it.
drive-thru. You need a vehicle?
Fine.
You need a driver, too.
Oh, come on.
Right now at BK, there's more than meets the eye with Transformer toys. 8 different characters from the new movie, one per kids meal. Transformers have arrived. Only at BK.
Okay, so trailer time. We had 8 whole trailers this time, so at least now we got 2 banks of 4. We had The Meg 2, Strays, Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, Haunted Mansion. Then we had The Flash, Insidious, The Red Door, Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem, and then Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1. So yeah, I guess we've had at least 2. I think we've had The Meg 2 once before. I can't remember. I don't plan on seeing The Meg 2. I know I did the first one, but unfortunately, right, I'll have to get into it a little bit later, but I'll get to it. Insidious, I saw the first one, I thought it was alright. The second one was just the first one over again, except they cut the ending. I haven't watched any of the other ones after that. And Strays, the Kevin Hart, Will Ferrell dog movie. Yeah, just looked like a dog movie. Yeah, I mean, I know it's R-rated, so there's a little more, obviously there's a little more adult humor in there, but yeah, it didn't look that spectacular. Like, my audience was thoroughly bored during that trailer, so yeah, you could probably see how that turned out. So yeah, not too much to say there, I guess. So, okay. Next movie I plan to do after this is Elemental. I know Flash comes out next week again. I'm not in the mood. And then we're going to be doing no theatrical movie review. However, we're going to be doing the first part of... My phone goes off. The first part of Secret Invasion, because that's on the week there. And then after that, it's Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. And then there's 4 more reviews for the rest of the summer theatrically. This month has been really hard financially. It's just, you know, even though I can now see matinees, which are at least nominally cheaper, they're not that much cheaper, unfortunately. I don't qualify for a senior discount, so yeah. So yeah, to try to do a movie a week during the summer without some type of, you know, discount plan or something, I can't do. I don't have anywhere near the clout on YouTube to get a free pass to a press screening. I don't live in an area where they do press screenings, so yeah, everything I do is out of my own pocket. Yeah, I'm kind of e-begging a bit, Patreon, hint, hint, but right now I plan on doing Barbie and Haunted Mansion in July, and then we're going to do Mutant Mayhem and Blue Beetle in August, and that's going to be kind of it. And then that might even be it for during the fall, because I don't know what I can and cannot do. Like I said, finances got hit kind of hard this month all of a sudden. Hopefully I can build things back up again, but I'm not entirely sure. I'm not trying to be woe is me, it's just like this is kind of what's happened, this is how reality's playing out, unfortunately. Again, so there's probably going to be more streaming television stuff reviewed for this, on this segments of the show. Anyway, the next video after this is going to be the review for Impact Wrestling Against All Odds, and then it's going to be the random trade review on Hellboy, The Right Hand of Doom. That last one is mostly edited and ready to go. I just need to re-render something because I noticed a mistake during the first render. So, see you all next time. Hey guys, remember you can request a movie or a television series for me to review at my Patreon at patreon.com/CPTime for Cat Productions. Also, remember to like the video, comment, share, subscribe, and ring that notification bell so that you can be alerted to further videos.